So today we are crocheting a hat. It's called the Springfield hat. It's a pattern found on Ravelry. It is one of my own patterns. I can place a link in the description box if you're just interested in checking it out. No pressure to buy. For this hat I am using an eye hook or a 5.5mm hook and two different colors of worsted weight or number 4 yarn. One of the yarns is ice yarns. It's called Fireworks. I have no idea. The other brand of yarn, it's some mystery acrylic. So to get started on this hat, I am doing foundation single crochet for the hat band, and it's worked bottom up, so that means I'm working at the bottom of the hat and working towards the crown of the head. And right now I am placing a stitch marker just using a scrap piece of yarn because I am working in continuous rounds for this hat, so that means I'm just stitching around and around and around, so it looks a little bit more seamless. And I am just working that hat band using simple stitches, just single crochet stitches. And this whole hat is used making simple stitches. And now I am incorporating my other color. This is the ice yarns, the Fireworks. Just to use up some yarn, I'm adding some random stripes in this hat because the yarn is extremely multicolored, and I think it would be a little bit crazy just to have all one color. That's just my personal opinion there. But I am still working on the hat band here, just stitching around. And this hat is, I would label it as an advanced beginner hat. And we are still working on the hat band, and now I am switching back to my main color, which is that mint green, and I'm carrying my yarn, so that means I am not cutting each time I switch to a different color. I'm just dropping the unused color on the wrong side of the work and then stitching around with the color that I'm using, and then when I'm done I switch back and drop the other unused color. So there we have the hat band done, and now I am working on the body of the hat. So this also uses simple stitches. The band and the body are used in stitched in two different stitches. So I am doing this in extended single crochet, one of my favorite crochet stitches, but I think it's one of the most hated crochet stitches. A lot of people don't like it for some reason, but I love it. I think it's really pretty and I like it better than a regular single crochet. So I am just stitching around, working extended single crochet, as you can see there, and I will be adding some random stripes in the body of the hat. And now it looks like I'm talking, because I am. When I filmed this, I was also filming a crochet chat at the same time, trying to multitask. So I'm basically just sitting there at my door talking about nothing. And so now we can see a different day, looking pretty crusty, no makeup, messy bun, but the body of the hat is done. And now we need to close up that giant hole that you can see so it actually looks like a hat. And so now I am working some decrease stitches, or also called together stitches. And I'm doing it gradually because you don't want to do it too much too soon because it just doesn't look as nice. So I am just spacing out my decrease stitches. So you can see there's still a big giant hole, so we need to add more decrease stitches. So I am just stitching along, working my decrease stitches and spacing them apart. And we are getting closer, so it's getting a little smaller, as you can see, getting to look more hat-like. So again, we got to work more decrease stitches. And as you can see, I did add a bunch of stripes of that multicolored yarn, so I'm just continuing to work my decrease. So there we go, the hole is small enough, but now we actually have to close it. So I am doing my closed hole method that I came up with to borrow from knitting. It involves at least 2 hooks, maybe 3. I usually can do it with 2 hooks, and I can place a link for that method if you are interested in checking that out. And so now I am working off these stitches off of these 2 hooks, and it's basically like a giant slip stitch all around, but it makes a really nice neat finish there. So I am finishing that up there, and then when I'm done I can cut my yarn. So there we go, I'm cutting the yarn, And then I am going to take that tail and pull it onto the wrong side of the work, and then you'll be able to see a nice closed hole, and the hat is all done. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this.